On Air with the Joe, College Top 40. So I've got good news and bad news for you. The good news is summer is coming to a close. We're almost through with the summer. The great news, though, really good news, is that there's a ton, and I mean a ton, of new music coming out this fall. MTVnews.com today released a 12-album set list of albums you can look forward to coming out this fall. Really just great music, actually, because there's a few singles on there that you can look forward to coming out this fall. Rae Jepsen was at the top of the list. She's going to drop her second album entitled Emotion. That's going to be August 21st. It's about time for Rae to drop her second album. She's had a really great run, and she's going to turn into a pop icon, I think, once her second album drops. Number 2, we talked about this a couple days ago here on Air with the Joe with College Top 40. Justin Bieber's What Do You Mean single is going to be dropping August 29th. So we're like less than a month away from hearing that. He says it's going to be a lot like his other single that's out right now entitled Where Are You Now. It's going to have that same feel. He said he worked on it for a good long time. I'm really excited about hearing what that track's going to sound like. Number 3, The Weeknd's Beauty Behind the Madness, I love that title too, is going to drop August 28th. And The Weeknd's got his I Can't Feel My Face single. He was on the Earned It track for the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack. He's had a really great year, so it's a good time for The Weeknd to drop an album, and I really look forward to hearing what that's going to be all about. Disclosure, number 4, releases their Caracal album September 29th with a single featuring Sam Smith called Omen. Sam Smith has had a really great run this past year, so it's going to be probably a really great album if Sam Smith is involved. Number 5, Selena Gomez is going to release her album entitled Revival October 9th to follow up her 2013 Stars Dance album, which was a really strong album by her. She says that in this album, she's ready to give her fans the truth and her perspective on everything from kindness to heartbreak and the passion of a relationship and what it means being her own person. Number 6, Little Mix is going to release their album entitled Get Weird November 6th. All right, guys, I've got a lot of to be announces for you coming up for the rest of this list. So the first one, number 7, Rhianna is going to release her 8th album. Golly, it's crazy to think Rihanna's in this for 8 albums now. It feels like just yesterday she released her very first one with Pondé Replay on it. But she's going to call her 8th album R8. Catchy name, fits it. The album hasn't had an official announced drop date, but it's got great singles on it, really great singles on it. Some of those being 4 or 5 Seconds with Kanye West, and then she's got American Oxygen, and then Better Have My Money, which you can hear on College Top 40 like all the time. Number 8, another to be announced, is going to be One Direction. Album hasn't had a release date announced, but they say it's their best album yet, although it is their first one without Zayn Malik, and they're now a 4 group instead of a 5. And it says it features their surprise single, Drag Me Down, which is super catchy. You can hear it on College Top 40. Number 9, Demi Lovato, also to be announced. Cool for the Summer was just the start, Demi says. She's going to show us her provocative side and her new songs with this full album that she's releasing very soon this fall. And it'll be interesting to see Demi break away from that Disney character that she always played now into this sexy new young woman in front of us here on this pop stardom. Number 10, 5 Seconds of Summer, also to be announced. Album is coming soon, so if you like the single, She's Kinda Hot, which you can hear on College Top 40 Radio, as well as just about anywhere else that plays pop music right now, there's a lot more coming from where that came from. Number 11, Ellie Goulding will release her album, her 3rd album, after a 3-year drought of hearing no albums from Ellie Goulding. We'll get to hear that this fall. She hasn't released an official date on when that will drop, but she says it's coming really soon. And she's also rumored to be on the Spectra chart, the Spectra song for the new James Bond movie, and I think that's true because her voice fits that perfectly. And last but not least, Mahone, who's the new kid on the block. He has an album coming out very soon, he says, this fall, but he's got his new single, Dirty Work, when he says his album also could possibly have a collaboration with Chris Brown and his girlfriend, Becky G, and I think those are great voices for him to match with. Anyway, this has been an entertainment update on Air with the Joe, only on College Top 40. Keep it locked right here.